Putting our organic waste in the landfill doesn't make sense. It's a waste of money and it's a waste of space. Now, a lot of you are already composting, which is fantastic, but today we're gonna talk about another option, a digester. They're natural, they're easier, and they smell a little less. And for my animal lovers out there, we're also gonna show you what happens when a furry burglar decides they want to break into the digester. When it comes to being eco-friendly, it's hard to be perfect, but we can always be just a little bit greener. All right, guys, today we are at the cottage here and we just installed a digester. I'm here with Lily from the County of Peterborough. And Lily, tell me, what is a digester and why would somebody want to put it in their backyard?
So a digester is to get rid of your organic waste. It works kind of like an outhouse in your backyard, and it just lets all of that food stuff sort of dissolve and filter into the ground naturally.
How is it different from like a normal composter?
So you don't get the dirt out of it the way you would a normal composter.
Right.
And a normal composter also requires you to add leaf and yard on top and mix your kitchen with your leaf and yard in a recipe, and you also have to turn it at least twice a year. So it's a bit more work, where this one is more of a dump your kitchen stuff in there and forget it.
And what kind of stuff can you put in a digester?
Anything that would come off your plate.
Okay.
So if it was from your kitchen, from your lettuce to salad to old baked goods, cooked rice, apple cores, eggshells, anything like that.
Okay, and meat is okay too? Like, can you put in?
Yep, meat scraps as well.
Dead meat.
Like, how do we know that a bear or a raccoon or something isn't gonna come rip this apart?
So they're not animal proof, they are animal resistant because there is no air holes in there. They are less smelly to the outside. But you do want to be careful and just start adding more vegetable scraps at first to get things going well before you start adding meat bits.
I know you said you can't put in, for example, K-cups can't go in, or...
No, biodegradable plastic bags are an absolute no-no. They tend to end up adding an impermeable layer, so the liquid that is dissolved cannot penetrate the earth, so you end up with a very stinky mess in your backyard. So just your food scraps can go in.
Gotcha. So basic rule of thumb, if you would eat it, it could go in there. Yeah. So I don't know if you guys eat K-cups, but I don't, so I wouldn't throw that in.
Not recommended. The other thing is, if you have dogs, you can put their droppings inside as well.
Oh,
It's a great way to get rid of just a few from around the backyard.
How does that work if you're a family? Like, how much can you put in this thing?
We recommend, especially when you're starting, about a 5-liter bucket a week. And then it can get a little faster as it goes on. You can also add digestive enzymes like you would to an outhouse, and that will help speed things along and keep it moving quickly.
Let's say I decide I want to put this in. Where do I put it in my backyard?
So first things first, you want to find a spot you can dig a hole about 3 feet deep. So you want to be away from any known rocks or large trees. Their roots can be a problem. Secondly, you need to be aware of any underground piping or wiring you may have. So you've got outbuildings that have electricity, you want to know how those are connected, same as your septic system. You also need to be fairly distant from your well as the organics dissipate into the soil, so you don't want it to contaminate your drinking water. Takes about 40 minutes depending on the dirt you have in your home, but anybody can do it. The benefit of our Garbage to Garden program at Peterborough County is that we then give you a tutorial on how to do it and make sure you are successful at your composting.
Which is key, because to be honest, I didn't know what I was doing before 5 minutes ago. If people are doing this at home, they could plant flowers maybe around it.
Yep, I've had people install it in a flower garden. You don't want it near a vegetable garden just in case there's any bacteria contamination.
Right, of course. And you obviously don't want to put like a tree beside it. It's going to get too shaded.
Exactly.
Right. It needs the sunlight to work.
The more sun, the better.
And winter-wise, will this work in the winter?
It will. It may slow down if it's 40 below zero, but for most of the winter, it's good to go.
So if somebody wants to do this, what's the cost involved in it?
So in Peterborough County, we subsidize the cost of them, and they're $45. Outside in the world, it can be a little bit more expensive. They are hard to come by.
Either way, it's not like it's crazy though. If you had to buy it full price, do you have a guess?
We buy them full price for about $70.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much. Also, thanks to Claire and Jarrett, who actually did a lot of the digging. So appreciate that. Definitely look into this. If you have a composter already, maybe it's something you do in combination with your composter. So
A lot of people do.
Yeah, so then you can use those leafy greens to get the compost and the soil you want, but for other scraps that couldn't go in a regular composter, you can put them in the digester.
Exactly. It also helps people take ownership of their waste, because now that they are seeing it and managing it on their own, they have a better idea of how much they are bringing into their home and maybe not eating before it goes bad. So it does help reduce the amount of waste overall.
So remember that digester that I put in? Well, something's been digging around it. I thought maybe it was the dogs, maybe raccoons, had no idea. But this morning I came out and the lid was off, and I think there's something in it. At least there was. Let's go take a look and figure out how the hell we're gonna get him out of there. Hello? Hello? Oh, it's a human. You're a pretty good digger. This is Mr. Raccoon. I got stuck here. He ate all my compost. He's full. Now he can't get out of the digester.
This is so embarrassing. The guys are never gonna let this go.
Definitely a raccoon. Greedy little guy got in the digester and ate all the food he can. Now he's full and trapped, and caught red-handed. Let's get him a stick so he can climb out and do his own thing.
I was just hungry.
Hey, get out of here. Well, there you have it. Definitely a raccoon breaking into my digester. It looked big. He's greedy. In the end, to deal with the raccoon, we went the high-tech route and put a concrete block on top of the digester. Yes, they have opposable thumbs, but they haven't figured out how to lift that off yet. And it's been a couple years. I hope you found this interesting, and I hope you'll think about using a digester at your place. Like it, share it, subscribe. The more we can share good ideas, the better. I'm not looking for perfection here, people. Let's just get a little bit better than yesterday.